Let's go. Let's go. What are we talking about? Probably my most genius video that I will ever make. I'm going to take you on a tour of Web5. This is your future, and this is your first 0.6K. Why did I bring up the mobile wave? Because it begins and ends with a person that I haven't talked enough about, which I need to talk more about, which is Michael Stoppelman and Russ Simmons, co-founders of Yelp, early in a PayPal. Why? Because it begins and ends also with the University of Illinois. Eat me. Get some. Here we go. Web 5. It's the Bitcoin wave. And maybe my style offends you. Maybe my body of work intimidates you and offends you. But I gave you the answers, and I'm giving you the answers. And maybe you can press pause and rewatch one thing one time. Your benefit is this. You'll finally understand what Duck 9 is, because I'm still working at Duck 9, even though it seems like I'm on vacation. Why? Because I'm just giving you $31 million. I'm not going to just hand you $31 million. You'd go bankrupt. I'm going to give it to you $600 at a time. How? By teaching you the basics of Web 4. What is Web 4 in a sentence? Web 4 is older than Web 1, and it's the digital dollar. You're welcome. You're welcome. I parked $31 million at hashtag 530Lytton. And to you, you're just grouchy, okay, because you can't handle the fact that I parked that much money. Doesn't matter what color your skin is. It just matters if you can read a hashtag and execute a hashtag on Twitter. Not to mention this hashtag, P.O. Box 16589. No, I'm not being dyslexic, even though I am dyslexic, because that's P.O. Box 105281. P.O. Box 16589, do you know what that is? It's me decentralizing the Victoria's Secret fashion show as I entered into, an external API. An external API? An external API where? An external API for, ta-da, ta-da, external APIs. Be scared that I can just open any notebook at any moment and show you genius stuff, right? Right? Genius. Co-founder of Nobu Hotel via an epiphany. Let's stay focused on your journey through Web 5. Smack dab hitting you in the face is Web 4. Can you even execute an inbound money transfer? Can you accept a wire? Can you accept a paper check, which I will not be showing because it's got routing numbers. I don't want you pumping in millions and then saying, Larry's a money launderer. Look, here's proof, okay? Here's proof. So that's how to accept money. This is where you're going to be doing it at Clubhouse or wherever, such as 530Lytton, but I recommend Clubhouse. Clubhouse, not like the Ben Horowitz, Mark Andreessen shit show of the Citadel, Ken Griffin. What a poop show that is. Like, you studied engineering, Mark Andreessen, and you can't figure out recursion? Recursion is the most basic thing in computer science. It's where you do recursion. What a ball drop that is. University of Illinois, they should sue you. Oh wait, they did. Can you take Web 3, shiitake, and mine fiat? Can you take notes, okay? Can you take notes to solve problems? Problem. Engineering 248 has a problem. Problem. Web 3 is a problem. Oh, Engineering 248, okay? Kind of woke. Solution, 3 laws of thermo. And right on cue, look, right on cue is Oscar the Grouch with his Web5. We'll get to that in a moment. Problem: you have zero money. Solution: you've not needed money since the Wright brothers co-founded aerospace engineering. Problem: the first time you take Engineering 248 is the first time you took Engineering 248, and that's the first time they taught Engineering 248. Solution: study the full syllabus. How Tom Brady do I sound giving you the scout report? What do I do with all this money that I mined? What do I do with all this fiat mining, where I mined 600K in fiat? Well, you store it on a thing called a hardware wallet, okay? And YubiKey is recommended. And you store it on hardware wallet after hardware wallet. What you don't want to do, this is financial advice. Last thing you want to do is put an entire Bitcoin on a hardware wallet. I mean, who does that? Like, would you ever put $180 million all in one checking account? You would. You want to spread it out over 71 accounts, right? That's the joke. That's real, because I could have told you that banks were going under, because look at fractional reserve. I'm getting in over your head because I'm still bullish on you. Bullish. So what you want to do with your 6.15 Bitcoin is you want to have 6.15 hardware wallets, and every time you hit 1 Bitcoin, you throw it into a new hardware wallet. I'm not going to walk you through seed phrases and memorizing stuff, because you have a hard time memorizing 650-283-8008. You have a hard time memorizing vagina, where I'm just teeing it up for you, P.O. Box 16589. What notes have you taken? What notes have you taken? What notes have you taken? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome for the intros. How are you going to get these intros? Well, this is an API into a person who wrote a book, okay? They wrote a book and they're expecting some fan mail. So this is the API. You find the person's address at their job, and then you send them mail at their job. And then you say, hey, thank you for the swag that you sent. That's the Harris Bank stuffed animal. Because, I mean, I may never grow up, but like, look at this guy. He looks like a Shih Tzu, and his name is Oscar. Look, and he's telling you, find a way. Find a way. Find a way, Oscar. I think we shall find a way to get to 6.15 Bitcoin. As we go right to the beginning to Bitcoin,